Welcome to the Occupational Safety Leadership Podcast, episode number 239. In today's episode, we're gonna we're gonna start with the statement and then work backwards. So this one, don't expect results without getting your hands dirty. So yesterday, I'm sitting around the Ayers ranch and I had a little time and I thought I should go out, kind of start to get prepped for springtime. I like to plant things that every animal loves to eat. So I've narrowed it down to lettuce and jalapenos only, since that seems to be less of what the deer want to eat. Um, so as I'm going through, I'm cleaning up. We have some deadfall that fell this winter, so I'm taking care of that and prepping the soil and I'm doing things. And I'm not at that point yet. We still have frost. So, but I'm just kind of thinking, looking at the calendar, kind of planning, looking at maybe I need to move um, where my planter is out to the sun more. Kind of think about like the winds and the rains and trying to understand the property some. And then as I'm washing up afterwards, really got me thinking that um, maybe I should put the same amount of homework into when I'm going to roll out a program, kind of sit down and think, have I really prepped the soil good? If I really sat down and kind of thought about, as I grow this, of course, well, I just can't throw seeds out. What am I going to do for follow up? How am I going to water it? How am I going to go back and make sure that I'm pulling weeds from what I have so that they're not choking out my plants, my jalapenos, my lettuce. How am I going to keep the deer from eating these things? So really got me kind of thinking about how I approach things at work when I'm getting ready to roll out a new program. It's kind of different when you have an existing program, but that also doesn't mean that maybe we've kind of let these things go on autopilot, and maybe we haven't gone back and pulled these weeds or looked at how we're putting down the water, or is it that the water's fine and the weeds are fine, but it's just not getting sunlight? So when I started to kind of think about these factors, it really got me thinking that really need to kind of take a step back, look at what I'm doing, and maybe not alter the way I'm doing it 100%, but just kind of look at maybe some of the areas I've left on autopilot need a little more tending. Um, and the one thing that I struggled with also is that things need time to grow. You just can't throw seeds out and you're going to watch them just grow. Just like when we roll out these programs, we know that at times maybe there's a little confusion at first, but it does take time to grow. So we need to look at, is it getting enough sun, water? Am I pulling out the weeds? Am I keeping the varmints off of this thing? So really kind of started to sit down and think about that. So that's it for today's episode. Nice, short, and sweet, and it just got me thinking as I'm washing that dirt off last night. That how many people go out and say, "I've decided that we're going to do X program," and they roll it out to the workforce, and they say, "Man, I can't believe that it just didn't work. It kind of seemed like there wasn't any buy-in and people weren't really into it, and and maybe part of it, of course, is because we haven't given it that water, sun, pulling weeds, all that good stuff." And with that, thank you for joining me today. My name is Dr. David Ayers. Thank you and have a safe day.